this is my submission for YouTube video requirement 1 for installing the application. So the first, the steps that need to be taken to install the app and get it running on your local machine. So I'm here on my public repository for Docker Hub. It's VRangaraj/rem 2021/latest, and this has all of these instructions here. So I'm just going to go through real quick what's going to happen, what's happening in the background in the Docker file, and what kind of containers it has. So the first thing it does is it finishes all of the it finishes all of the initial installations. So it's a bash script, so it goes in there and then it sets up the Node.js environment, and then the yarn version, and then it starts copying over the file. So the command is node, and then the work directory is /root. So both front end and back end is in the same node, same container. So it's going to cd into this location, and then it's going to copy the entire list of files in this directory to this directory in the container, and then copy routes of directory, and then the package log JSON, all of the configuration server.js is the kickoff point for the entire application, and then we have crossval.js, and all of these things are like AWS specific, and then this is for the S3 bucket. It's not really used for this application, and then the webpack config, and then finally expose this port, and then serve this server.js. Now I'll just quickly go over some of the Docker file functionalities. So for the front end, it's pretty much the same. Same as back end. For the front end, it's just basically copy over my front end directory and then cd into there, and then do an npm install Angular CLI. Once you have the npm Angular CLI, you should be able to run ngserve, ngbuild, and things like that. So after that, do an npm install. This is npm install all of the package.json file, and then npm run build. So that's pretty much it for the front end, and the back end is just copying and running the file basically. So that should be pretty straightforward. So I'm just gonna show you once you. So I have this installation instructions here, and then this is my Docker file, and this is my Docker Hub public repository. So it should all be public. So if you want to run it, so the first thing that you would do is go in and pull. But before that, I want to show my Docker Hub Docker. This is the application that is being run by that is provided by Docker. So as you can see, there are no containers, there are no images. So what I'm going to do is go in and pull this image from my public repository. So I'm just going to go here. You can basically run Docker anywhere. It's going to reach the right directory. Okay, as you can see, because it was built on this local machine, everything already exists. So if I go to my images folder, there is now my Docker. So the image that I just pulled in from my public repository, and then there are no containers because I haven't tagged it and started, bound it to my local port. And if I do Docker images, as I showed you before, there are no image. There is an image. The image is right there, which was created 19 hours ago. And then the next step is to Docker run. Before that, you need to so the port that is running on inside of the Docker environment is 8080. So you need to attach it to 8082 on your local machine. So let me do that. So when you do that, the application starts running with no problem. The model connection is okay, and then the model starts to train. So I'll wait until 50 out of 50, and then I'll show that the application is running now. Okay, So, and now if I go to localhost 8082, oops, I think I made a mistake there. 8082, my application is served here, so you can go in and do the basic things that you need to do using this application. You can go in all of the things. I'll set up another video to explain all of the functionalities of this app, but this should be the end of video file submission for installation of the application. Thank you very much.